There are a number of faults associated with coming down to the ball from the top of the backswing to impact. We see a lot of golfers who throw the club from the top of the backswing. We obviously see a lot of golfers who come outside, who come over the top as it's termed, get very steep on the downswing. We see players who get very narrow as they come into the ball. We see some good players who slide their hips too much. We certainly see a lot of poorer players whose upper body and lower body just spin and turn this way. The arms get too far in front of them and it's very difficult to get the club onto the ball. So these problems really create a lot of problems when you get to impact, because now, unless you're good at compensating, it's going to be very difficult to hit consistent shots. So really we've got to get a good start down. We've got to get the club into a good position whereby when you come to the ball, there's no thought about how the club actually releases through impact. So understanding how the club comes down, we can't control it, but understanding how it comes down and having a couple of drills associated with that will really help you to be consistent. Now here's a little exercise I really like because it's multifaceted. First of all, it'll get you stronger and more flexible, but it'll really give you a good feel of getting the club in the right position coming down. Now, what you want to do is you want to take a small towel, put your left hand on top, palm down, right hand underneath, palm up, hold it about, about a foot apart, get your hands about a foot apart here. Get your address position where your right side is a little bit lower at address, and then as you swing the club back, or the towel back in this case, we swing back and we feel the width here, which is also a good feeling. But the big key as you start down is to make sure that you keep that width. What you're doing really is sensing, hey, that the left arm is pulling away from the right arm, and it gives you a great feeling of extension on the downswing. And you'll see also the angle of the towel really shows us the proper plane, and that's important. We see so many golfers, they come down, the plane is so steep, everything's narrow, everything's weak, the right arm is on top. This way you get the feeling as you start down, that right arm is really starting to get underneath. Get the right elbow into the right position coming down. So we get to the top, we get to this position, and then finally we just get to impact with that right arm straightening, and that's another big key. We see so many golfers whose right arm looks like this through the ball. So right, get set up to it, relax to start with, right hand underneath, turn yourself, wind yourself, you can pause if you like, start down, you can feel how the weight still stays on the right leg, it doesn't rush to the left side, and from here we feel the right elbow then starting to straighten, so at impact we're fully extended. It's a great little exercise. You can do this anytime prior to teeing off, at home. It'll give you a great feeling and it'll get you stronger. Here's one of my favorite all-time drills to help people to understand how they come into the ball. In fact, Nick Price, one of my longtime students, we did this 20 years ago or so, really to help him to get the club in the right position. He practiced like this for weeks, and it really, really helped him. Now, what it does, it gives you a feeling of coming into the ball correctly. In other words, you come in where your hands are leading the club head. If you look at all great ball strikers, this is what you see. The hands lead, the club head follows. That gives you what we call lag, where the club head catches up at the last moment. That's where all the speed comes from. It's like cracking a whip, where you hold the angle there at your wrist and then snap it through. We see so many golfers who release the club early, the club's coming from the outside. They lose all sorts of power and certainly hit it offline as well as a result. So what you've got to do with this drill is what we call preset it. Okay, so you take your address position, set the wrists in this fashion here, so the club is right down your target line, parallel to your feet, your left arm's extended, and your wrists at this point are fully cocked. Because that's really what you're trying to do, come into the ball almost with a fully cocked position before they unload. So we get to this position here, right arm set down, we turn to the top. It's also a good way of getting into that slot at the top of the backswing, and a lot of these drills are multifaceted. So from here, we turn to the top, we swing down and try to recreate that same position that we had at address. It's all about feelings. If you can feel you get into that position, even if you get 10% closer, you're going to hit the ball a heck of a lot better. So it takes a little timing. You might want to tee the ball up initially because it just gives you a little bit more confidence by doing that. But if you can just take your address position, set the club here, if you want to just pump it just a couple of times, but check the position of the club, it's straight back, right elbows nice and relaxed. From here, you just simply make a turn, swing through, and try to get the club moving through that position. Let's have a go. That felt really solid. I think I might play like that.